Hi everyone. We are level 4 on our Hexblade Warlock right now, and I'm going to take you through the leveling again.
Spins along.
Dost thou require a new ally?
And just so you can see, this is how you respec.
Resurrection.
Yes,
As
change
thou
my class. We're not actually going to change our class. We're going to be a Warlock, and we're going to have our subclass is Hexblade. And just so you know, Hellish Rebuke is a great one to have, and Wrathful Spite, and Bind Hexed Weapon. We've been over this before. Bind to your main hand weapon. Its damage becomes magical, and there's a chance it'll apply Hexblade's Curse to your target. And this is Hexblade's Curse, which is on your weapon, and you can also cast it as a spell. So let's see, it says the number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking the target is reduced by 1. Your damage rolls against the target gain a bonus equal to your proficiency bonus. And the subclass features Hex Warrior. You gain proficiency with medium armor, shields, and martial weapons. You gain Bind Hexed Weapon, which we've been over, and we get 2 cantrips. Eldritch Blast is a good one to have, and we are going to get rid of Blade Ward, and we're going to take this one. This one, I should tell you, I kind of think they're going to nerf Booming Blade before, in the real, when they're done with the beta and the official patch 8 comes out, because it's very powerful, but maybe they won't. And so I would slot that instead. So these 2 cantrips are pretty nice. This is also nice, and Blade Ward's okay if you think you need protection. And we got our blade, we got our spells. Yep, this is all level 1, by the way, right now. And by the way, when you respec, just so you know, you can go back and change some of these skills. We're not going to do that, but just so you know, you could do that. Okay, so now we're going to confirm our level 1. Okay, and we're going to go level up to level 2. And we get 2 spells. Yes, get the Armor of Agathis. It's very powerful. You get 5 temporary hit points, and you deal 5 cold damage to any creature that hits you. This strikes me as a very powerful class, by the way. Arms of Hadar is nice. Charmed Person is nice. All these are nice. I would go with Arms of Hadar. And now your Eldritch Invocations. These are pretty cool. So you get a lot here. Agonizing Blast is a good one. When you cast Eldritch Blast, which we took at level 1, add your Charisma modifier to the damage it deals. That's a pretty nice one. There's also one down here called Repelling Blast. When you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you can push that creature away. You might like that. Why not? You get to pick 2 of these, by the way. So you might want to pick Agonizing Blast and combine it with a Repelling Blast. I'm taking one with shadows in this case. It makes you I'll show you. It makes you invisible. Vanish into the darkness, become invisible as long as you stand still. I think that could be a handy one to have. Up to you. Fiendish Vigor. You cast False Life on yourself at will as a level 1 spell without expending a spell slot. That could be really powerful. The rest of these, you don't need mage armor with this class, I don't think, because you can get medium armor. speech. I kind of think the developers went wrong with this because you get so many potions for speak with animal. I wouldn't recommend picking this for anything. Beguiling influence, deception, and persuasion. Could get you through conversations. One thing I will say about Tiefling, it's a great class to play, and you should play it because you get a different perspective when you go through the Grove. It will make some of your conversations in the Grove more difficult, just so you know. But it also makes some of your conversations a little bit easier. So, just so you know, you get a different perspective on the game playing Tiefling, and I think it's kind of good to do that. All right, and False Life we went over. You don't need this if you bought the more expensive version of the game, which you probably do. You get the Mask of Many Faces anyway. And one of the Shadows, which I'm recommending we do take. So these will be our 2 Eldritch Invocations. Again, you might want to combine Repelling Blast with Agonizing Blast. The Thief, once per long rest, you can use Bane, which is also a very good one to have. So these are the 2 I'm choosing, but you got some other good options here. I would take either this one or the Repelling Blast. Maybe if you want to, if it's important for dialogue, take Beguiling Influence. All right, so we're going on to level 3. And this is where this class just keeps getting more powerful. It's almost crazy. I'm going to take Branding Smite, which we're going to smite. Our Pact Boon. First of all, just so you know, makes no sense to take Pack of the Blade. You summon a packed weapon or bind the one you're wielding, making it magical. Hexblade Warlocks who already have bind hexed weapon do not gain this bind, so there's no point in it. This is okay. Again, another kind of like nice one. This one I like a lot. You gain the service of a familiar, a fey spirit. Basically, you get like the animal, the imp, or the quasit. I think that's how you say that. And that you can summon any one of these. I really like summoning the imp because it can fly up to things that might be, firing down on you. And you, by the way, you do get the quasit as a spell, but you don't need it with your warlock. But you do get it as a spell somewhere in the game. I'm not going to give that away, but most of you probably know that anyway. And the quasit you get is named Shovel. We also get this. We are going to just smite the crap out of everything. This is awesome, and this is why I think it's a really good choice to take the Zariel Tiefling. Because you get this, the Legacy of Avernus, the Syrian Smite. You deal an extra, you do 4 to 21 damage. You deal an extra 2 to 12 fire damage and set your target on fire. And it will take 1 to 6 fire damage every turn for 10, I guess it goes for 10 turns. So that seems to be what it's indicating. Yep. Syrian Smite, effect entity with 1 to 6 fire damage every turn. Yep. Alright, so there we go. Now we can replace a spell if we want. I don't see anything I want. Maybe Arms of Hadar. Yeah, let's replace that one. We'll confirm. And let's take the Crown of Madness just for fun. And there are lots of good ones to take here. Some of them are worse than others, but depends upon your gameplay, really. like hold person. These are all good. Anyway, just for fun, I would pick Crown of Mrs. Me. But I don't think you'll go too wrong with most of these others. You might want to move around a lot. So Misty Step is also very good. So anyway, we're going to take Crown of Madness. And by the way, Gale or any other magic caster you have will probably have Cloud of Daggers. So you don't need to pick that one up. All right, and that is level 3. And we gain another cantrip. In this case, I'm just taking Toll the Dead, which I find to be a very handy new cantrip they've got. Again, quite a few here that you could go with that are pretty nice. Might want to pick Blade Warlock. I find that a little bit handier than I think most people think, but good one to have. Again, we're just picking Toll the Dead. And our spells, in this case, I will take Misty Step. And we will pop out Crown of Madness in this case, and you know something, we're not going to. We're going to go back here and leave that one alone, and we're going to pick our feet. All right, so in this particular case, I would take Alert. There are lots of them here that are good choices. If you're more concerned about getting, being tough and getting good hit points, there's also tough down here too, right? Yep. That increases your maximum hit points by 2 for every level you gain. Nice one to have. Mobile, I always like mobile, but in this case, I like to be able to go first since I have so many spells and smites and stuff that'll just smash the crap out of things. So I like to be the first one to act, but just to kind of be even-handed here, you might want to take ability improvement and put 1 in dexterity and 1 in your charisma. Not a bad choice. In my case, I'm just going to take Alert for this one. All right, so we are set to go, and that is level 4. Thank you very much for joining me again. And if you like these, like them and subscribe if you want. I'm still kind of learning how to put these together, but I like to think we're doing better. Anyway, that's it. That's it for level 4, and I'll be back for more later. This is a really fun class to play. See you later.